So now we are live, and how has your day been, dear kind
Uh,
sir?
Great day. Good weather. Living. Woke up today, so it's been a perfect day.
Mhm. So shoot, yeah, I went and looked on your Twitter, right?
Hmm.
And you see, smokers, this when you know you are OG and you the man that you don't have no sight for no one to find you like that. But everybody know your monkey ass,
Yeah, that's right.
oh my God. And OG when it comes to BDSM. Because see,
Mhm.
it's crazy because I talked to um Bella Bella Dior of St.
Mhm.
Louis. So she's
All right.
OG female dominatrix and stuff. And we talked about back in the day.
Mhm.
So how fitting that I bring an OG Dom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I am at all right now because I never got the opportunity to talk to somebody that's an OG in this. Because I'm
Mhm.
talking about you did it before it was even cool.
That's right. That's right.
45 years.
I'm glad
So
you. Yeah, I'm glad you put it like that too. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, no, seriously. Black people didn't even know it was a BDSM when you joined.
Nah, definitely not. Definitely not.
So how was it back then?
I'll tell you this. Let me see. I started about 1980, so I've been 45 years in this lifestyle. And back then, anything that was not the norm, you were considered a deviant, a freak.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so, especially in the African American community, you didn't hear
Oh.
too much about it. There
Mm-hmm.
was a few people that did some things. Mitris Meir from New York, because I'm originally from New York
Mm-hmm.
and dealt with that. But back then, you didn't have social media, so
No.
you were having secret locations, passwords,
Mm-hmm.
gatekeepers. It was a lot different. But if you were true to the art, you weren't doing this for publicity. This was a
Oh no.
lifestyle, a true lifestyle.
Actually, if we want to be honest, back then it was about the lifestyle. It wasn't about the
Yeah.
glamour and the glitz of it.
Hmm.
Because when that's why I told people what made it powerful back then because it was taboo. Not a lot of people was doing it. Not a lot of people
No,
knew about
no.
it. You know what I'm saying? So it was very close knit.
Very much so. And you adhered to certain protocols that you did not deviate from.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't just become a dominant. I did years in training before I was even basically given the permission to progress to certain levels. If you really were serious and you were a professional in it and it was a lifestyle and you learned a lot. I coined the phrase now, the Amazon DOMs,
Mm-hmm.
which you could just order yourself and be, a Dom overnight. On Prime Day, you can get two Dom
Yeah.
packages for the same price. But if you're into it for sex, then wear a shirt and say that I'm a sex Dom. If you want to just beat people, I beat down Dom. But if you're really into the 24/7 lifestyle,
Yeah.
and some individual is out there giving you their mind, body, and soul, and
Yeah.
depending on you like that, don't play with them because people are dying. They're having,
Mm-hmm.
mental illness with it. It's not a game at that point.
Yeah. Because people don't realize how powerful it is to submit. And
It
see, people don't
is.
really because you don't hear a lot of people talk about how powerful the power of submission.
Yeah.
Because it's like I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm glad I got an OG here to correct me. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a baby Dom to a certain extent compared to this dude here. You
uh,
know, that the submissive has the greater power because they had to submit.
yeah.
They had to give up. They had to give up. You get what I'm saying? Give in or whatever.
Yeah.
You feel me? And
Yeah.
and that's why even to the point I had an old school Don told me he was like, you never pick the submissive chooses the Dom.
Mm.
Period.
And the dominants don't advertise. You
Yeah,
don't have to tell anybody. People will know when a true submissive picks you.
yeah.
And a true submissive, a lot of fake doms can't even handle a true
Oh
submissive.
no. Oh no. Oh no.
Because when they submit like that, I mean, it's you may have to take over everything to
Mhm.
finances. living arrangements, what they eat, drink, sleep, dress, their mindset, the training, the true things that you really don't see these days. Everything is social media now and 15 minutes of fame. And that's fine if that's what you want to do, but don't profess to be something that you're not.
See. And with that being said, hello, smokers. It's time to smoke this over. That's right. It's the Smokers Lounge. You know who I am. I'm Captain Officer Silver Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link. allmylinks.com/porn rap star. For a sponsor to tell you about. First one being eroticismmagazine.com. Next up, blusherotica.com. Hi, cinematographer. Also, the Kinky Candle Company, and for your legal needs, the queen of law, her sexy self, Mitchell Ferrari. Also, you can find me 5 days out of the week in the mornings at fullswapradio.com. Also at Skyhawk After Talk Skyhawk After Dark TV.com, as well as the BGP LLC app. Now, people, I had to step back and I had to, an OG and something that I always talk about and that I live, and he's the man. He is the voice. He is also will be hosting the ASN Awards. You get what I'm saying? And like I said again, you the man when everybody know you, and you ain't got no links other than that Twitter and the UC. That's all you need to know. I'm going to shut the fuck up and pay my respects as a fellow dog and let this OG introduce himself. Tell me who you is, brother.
Yeah, I'm Lorenzo. Been involved in the BDSM lifestyle for 45 years. The true BDSM lifestyle, authentic, no games attached to it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm doing the voice announcement for the ASN Awards. That is now in Port Deposit, Maryland. That'll be Saturday the 24th.
Okay.
So
they moved it to Maryland?
I'm here to spill the truth right now.
Oh, word.
Yeah, it got moved to Port Deposit, Maryland from the Poconos. They had damage from the storms.
Yeah.
And everything to the location.
Damn.
But we're gonna have a good time. My birthday is on that 25th, so it's gonna be live.
I know that's crazy for a lot of people. Had to switch gears, especially they already bought tickets, plane tickets and reservations and shit like that.
Yeah, hopefully a lot of people. It's closer to two of the airports anyway, so hopefully it'll work out for some people like that. But we're gonna have a good time, on Saturday.
Almost. I wish I could go out this piece and how good it feels to be hosting these awards. I've been seeing these awards for the past couple of years and stuff. Please tell everybody about the ASN Awards.
Yeah, ASN, that magazine, adult network for all types of lifestyles. And the award show we did last year in Vegas, which was nice. I do the voice announcing.
Okay.
I will be an announcer with Nikki from Dear Nikki podcast on the Crazy Nights. Like, you have a spot on there also. So Nikki is on there. So it's a nice night to see some of the people that have been nominated all this time and get together, with different lifestyles and things. So we have a ball at these awards.
Oh, I can believe it and everything because I've interviewed a couple of ladies that are gonna be coming up there, so and everything.
Yeah,
I've been hearing about it and the magazine and stuff like that. And like, how important is ASN in our lifestyle? Because it seems like it's a very important mag for us.
Definitely is one of the few that gets involved with everything. I mean, it doesn't just stick with let's say swingers. It's from BDSM, swingers, topics that really help people in need for certain things, from mental illness, all kind of topics. So I would suggest anybody that's interested in really advertising, get with the magazine like that and get your message out. There's over 3 million people that are viewing that every month. So that's a big market for that.
Oh yeah, very strong market. So I know the smoker's waiting for. Let's go in the time machine, shall we? It's 1980. What got Lorenzo into the BDSM lifestyle?
1980. I was raised in New York City. My father was involved in some things that got me into places that I shouldn't have been.
Oh, your dad was like that too, huh?
Yeah, it's a story behind that. But I was able to get into from adult entertainment to clubs. I'll put it like this: clubs, adult entertainment, and all industries needed some of the products that we were involved in. So that got you into doors that nobody could get in, you know. And I used to watch some of the things that went on. And in my personal life, some things just didn't excite me that were normal. I knew it was something else I was missing, you know. So I got to be involved, and the people watched me. I was sitting in the corner, you know, shut up like you're supposed to do. And through connections, I was accepted to be mentored by some of the masters in the lifestyle. So I had to start from scratch.
So what did you do? Did you go up to and talk to them, or did just conversations led to that? You know what I'm saying? Because I can imagine back then they were even more secretive than what they are now. So you just couldn't just strike up a conversation.
No. I got involved because they were friends with my father. So for a long time, I just had to sit in the corner and shut up, basically. And I mean, you know, clean up the room after, you know, I had to do stuff like that. But they talked, and I had an interest for certain things, and my respect is what got them to even talk to me, because I knew how to conduct myself properly, even, you know, at that age. I think I was like 19 then. So eventually they took me on as like I say, a probationary thing. I had to earn my stripes in a way for them to even say, yes, now we will train you in certain things. But the training back then, it was everything from physical fitness, hand to hand, mind deprivation training. I mean, I did so much stuff because you had to be strong within yourself before you play around with somebody else's mind. You know, you can't even try that until you have an inner strength in yourself. And
good day. Wait, people, did you hear this? See, god damn. Okay.
So it took some years, but I progressed more and more. And then eventually I got to the point where I was basically given permission by these masters to advance to that state, to take on, say, the life of a submissive at that time. And that progressed on like that. And back then there were certain protocols that were adhered to. It was behind closed doors. We didn't advertise. We were the deviants, especially in the African American community. That was rare to even hear of, but it was being done. It was just
so is it a lot of black men involved? And the other question is, were there any black submissive women back then like that?
Yeah, they were black men, black submissive women. It's just that without it being advertised, you really wouldn't know because you weren't doing stuff to tell people. But within a small community, you knew who was about their business, you know, where to go and certain things like that. But it wasn't that many as it is now. And I'll say, when I say now, it's because everyone believes that they're a dom or submissive.
No, they watched 50 Shades of Grey and thought that was BDSM.
Yeah, and that's the 50 shades of garbage.
I told somebody this. I said, no, if you want to see what a BDSM movie technically is without it being BDSM, the Corsican Brothers. That is the closest that I've seen. Actually, I remember my first steps into BDSM, learning it when I was younger. When I was reading, I said, wait a second, this kind of, it's like what I was seeing with the Corsican Brothers, and then also in Japan with the, you know what I'm saying? It's even when you talk about the physical training, because I even watched this series, and it was a Japanese detective. And he's sitting there taking a immense hammer, pounding his dick. You know what I'm saying? But what people, the average person don't understand was it's kind of a BDSM. He's training his mind. So that him being a detective, if I'm going to deal with these people mentally, I need to make sure that my mind is strong so they can't break it.
Your mind is your strongest organ in your body. If you can't control that, you don't have control of your body. No one as you see on social media now, someone could put a tweet out and ruin someone's life because you've allowed another human to control your mind. And you can never do that. Never, allow another human to do that. But as we were talking about the mental part, those monks out there, like you say, in Tibet, in those kind of places, that's the level. We never went to that level, but we were training and following some of their, techniques and things like that. So it was no joke. I mean, it wasn't like easy, and there was no one to brag about because we weren't doing this to tell people. It's a lifestyle. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it.
So tell me about your first submissive.
First submissive was a challenge because they were on the borderline of, do I really want to submit my whole life or not my whole life?
Yeah.
And with the tests and chores and protocols, it was a battle back and forth, like that. And I was young in the game. So I learned as I went along, but I had to follow certain protocols no matter what. And also with a submissive, you're not just there to beat people. I'm there to uplift, benefit them in any way I can, mentally, physically, their finances, their physical fitness, their mind control, and that I'm there to make you a better person. And you can depend on me for everything. It's not just a weekend dominant. I'm not there for financial or this and that. So as we went along, I was able to, enhance, and they became a stronger minded individual for that. As we parted ways like that, I could say that was a successful DS relationship, a dynamic.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about something that I don't hear Doms and Dominique talks about. How do you handle your submissive leaving?
Handle them leaving?
Yes.
It depends on how it is, and that's where the strength of your mind comes in also. Because you can form a very strong bond with this individual. But the mind controls everything. The mind controls your emotions. And if I'm not prepared to handle that, I'm not prepared to get into it from the beginning. So I can handle that. And you have to be able to handle it before you start this. Because if you can't, I'll break down as a dominant and be in the worst position of everybody.
Yeah, because it's in some ways we can't show but so much weakness, if any. Yeah. We supposed to be the knowledge. We supposed to be the light. It's like, I'm gonna ask you this. Because I know smokers will ask this. Okay, what's the difference between a dom and a pimp?
Well, see, the pimp is receiving something for what they do. They're getting services, they're getting paid, but there's a lot of similarity on some of the mind aspect. I talked to a lot of them. I did law enforcement for 35 years, and I ran that that part. So we had a lot.
He's dominated every which way, people. He's definitely alpha. It's not a question.
The pimp does a lot to be able to have another human being do what they do, give up everything that they have, and take the punishment that they receive is mine. They get into the physicality of it too, especially back in the day.
But physicality is of course is different than what the pimp is. Pimp is more the keep in line. Ours is more of mental orgasm release. You get what I'm saying? Period. Versus them. Because, like, for example, we don't have to have sex with our submissive. They got to fuck them bras because that's part of breaking them. You get what I'm saying?
And the girls believe that's a part of it because you've convinced their mind that this is a part of it.
Yeah.
But the strongest pimps are the ones that don't have to beat a girl with a hanger. They can beat them with their mind and have that girl feeling worse mentally. And once you have that, just a look. I relate that to when you were young and you messed up and your parents gave you that look and you knew you were going to get beat later on that night. It could be 12 hours later. That's the fear instilled in you on a look, not even a word. That's the mind control. So once you have it, you have it.
So with you, did you have submissive that was both men and women or just women?
Just women.
Okay. And okay. This just popped in my head. Please tell me about the scene in New York, the dungeons, that scene back then in the 80s, because I know it was lit.
Back then, some of the locations were secret. You couldn't just get in, certain words, certain people you had to know. There were so many levels to get to that. The vetting was out of this world. And like you say, we're in advertising. But some of the things that were done, I've experienced and seen in some sessions of impact, because some people were into the impact play.
Yeah.
But I've seen levels of blood play, cutting, broken bones fetish. I witnessed amputation fetish. Some things that people will never.
It was 1980s New York, huh?
It's amazing. You would be amazed what people's fetishes are, what people's kinks are, and what they're willing to do. Yeah. So, like I tell people, everyone wants to choke somebody, but I had to learn the anatomy of the body before I went choking people.
Yeah, and how to choke. Yeah, because when I was reading an article of girls passing out for being choked in Australia, I said, "You."
And have you ever choked someone out and brought them back? Have you ever been cut? Have you cut somebody? We did weapons play, live weapons play. I mean, people want to play around so much, and people are getting hurt.
So, with these new dons, because they think it's about the sex.
Yeah, everything is sex.
Because it's sex. What are they missing when it comes to this?
With sex controls everything. So you're even a submissive. You're submissive to the sex. And if you think that submissive is submissive to you, the power they have over you with the sex, they're running you.
Yeah.
Because they decide when, how, whenever, But that isn't the true dynamic of a submissive and a dominant. It's more about trust. It's not about the sex at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I say this, if you're fucking you're submissive a lot, you're not really a dom. You're not dominant. You ain't.
No. You're a sex dom and put it on a t-shirt. I'm a sex dom. That's your thing.
But see, I'm gonna ask you this: do you think having too much sex makes the submissive lose respect for the dom?
It can, because now they know the ultimate goal in your mind is not really to help them in any way, is to get to a level where you're going to have sex. So it's predetermined on what you care, what you really are there for. And they're just there to have sex. So no matter what, their mental state, their other problems, or something that they want to do positive, that's not your goal. It's sex. You've already played your ace card at that point. So what power do you have when they know what your ultimate goal is at that point? They got you then.
Yeah. Because see, it's what a lot of these people don't get is a mental gymnastics. Period. That's where it begins at. But even to the point, like you don't see a lot of the submissives even understand the way that you greet your dom when he walks in the room.
Yeah. They don't know the protocols.
They don't.
Yeah. I see it all the time.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Now I'm saying, how did it get lost?
Social media. The minute social media got involved, everyone believed they could do this. Because on the computer, you can be anybody you say you are. So that ended protocols and all. And now it became your 15 minutes of fame. No one was even doing research to learn the true protocols. And social media made you bigger than life now. So today I'm a dom because I printed a post.
I'm a fem dom, a financial dom, I'm a dom.
And a lot of people believe If I like to be blindfolded or spanked, I'm a submissive.
Yeah.
But that might be your kink or your fetish. That has nothing to do with the dynamic of a submissive, a true total submissive.
Okay, let's go there for a minute. All right. Then what's the main differences there? So my folks can
It's
understand.
about the mind. It's not always about the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
It's your lifestyle. It's not a fad. It's not a kink. It's a lifestyle. You live your life a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
You sit down and discuss things. You do contracts. You
Mm-hmm.
learn protocols. As you see in some of these meet and greets or munches, if
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing with someone, another person will come in and say hi to that person. That never
Mm-hmm.
happens like that. I present this person in a certain way, a dynamic that this person is. But a
Mm-hmm.
true person that knows the protocols would never mess up on this. But you always see that mistake all the time because they don't
Yeah.
even know that protocol. My
Mm-hmm.
submissive may never look you in the eye. They may never lift their head up while we're standing a certain
Mm-hmm.
place
Yeah.
because
Now hold
that's
on.
how it is.
Here's the question. Please explain to my smokers protocol. What is the protocols?
Protocols are certain ways that you have to conduct yourself. It's like rules and regulations
Mm-hmm.
in a dynamic situation.
Mm-hmm.
The way that you approach, the way that you look, the way that you may stand or sit or level. If I squat
Mm-hmm.
down, you get lower than me
Mm-hmm.
because that's how that protocol goes. You do not address someone, I address them and determine what I'm going to tell them you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a protocol. You may not
Mm-hmm.
walk in front of me at this protocol, and you select certain ones and decide certain things you don't do with the true dynamics. But
Mm-hmm.
people could care less about that because that's not exciting. No one wants, they don't want to talk about protocols. They want to get to the sex part,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what we've lost in this. Every like when you see someone grab a flogger,
Yeah.
the first thing someone bends over and they start flogging their back. Now they've
Yeah.
already hit both kidneys. They don't even know the anatomy of the body. They're tearing people up right away
Yeah.
because they don't know how to even use apparatus. They don't know how the body reacts to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I may deal with somebody in some type of play and I'm monitoring their skin tone, the
Mm-hmm.
temperature, their
Mm-hmm.
breathing pattern, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody doing that kind of stuff because they don't care about that. You
Yeah.
know,
And of course the reason why they don't, because like I said, it got glamorized and normalized. No different than the porn industry.
yeah.
You know,
Social
period.
social media.
Yeah. Just like everyone think they could be a dom, everyone think they can be a porn star.
Yeah.
You know. So with you, how do you think porn handles BDSM?
They dictate what they believe it to be. That
Mm-hmm.
movie with the 50 Shades mess really messed up a lot of people because now they
That was
believe it.
Stockholm syndrome. They just called for what it was. It was Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, yeah, they believe it to be to that level, and that's how you're supposed to do things. But
Mm-hmm.
even in that movie, he submitted to her
Mm-hmm.
when you look at the total package of that. And
Yeah,
just spanking
actually.
somebody or flogging, that's not the mind thing,
Yeah.
you know. So that has nothing to do with it. But in the porn industry, they put out what you believe it to be, and people go from that level down. And you have to match with the porn, like whoever's running the porn, the big hitters,
Mm-hmm.
whatever they put out, that's your level that you go by.
Mm-hmm.
And no one can convince you different that's what it is. And they
Now,
really don't show too much
mm-hmm.
true BDSM. They show a lot of impact play in porn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
That's it.
and slut training and all that good shit.
But that, like I said, if that's what you do,
Yeah,
do your thing,
yeah.
but don't
But no,
pretend to
but
be
see,
something else.
truth be told though, that's an illusion. See,
Yes, it is.
even when I was doing the slut training video with my submissive,
Mm-hmm.
that was the image that I want to give them to sell the product.
Yeah, to sell the
That
product.
ain't what slut training is technically.
Yeah. 24-hour dynamics like that, truthfully, are not going to be enticing and exciting to sell because that's not
No,
what it's about.
no.
Yeah,
They want to get to the good parts.
that's when I get in, and that's what's hurting people out here when they profess to be something that they're not. People are getting hurt. They're getting hurt physically with some of this impact stuff,
Yeah,
and mentally with opening their mind and body to somebody who really doesn't have time
mm-hmm.
or know how to deal with it now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We really about to have fun, people. Because like I said, I got an OG up here. Oh, by the way, he's black. Let's go there, shall we? Buckle up, smokers. All right. How you enjoying seeing the images and seeing more of black images of black BDSM nowadays?
It's nice to see because, like you say, we were deviants back in the day, and when it's done right, impact is nice, and what we're seeing like that is, it's nothing against things like that. I mean, I can flog with the best, cattle prod, and things I can do that people don't have a clue. But
see, people, yes, he had fun as a dog. I wish I could have lived like you. Oh, damn it.
Yeah. But I'm glad that the blacks that are doing this and respecting the trade, yeah, it's a nice thing to see. Definitely, because it's always been considered a white thing, and it's never been that.
Yeah. So when it comes to take away the images of the filming, how has the black community embraced BDSM, in your opinion?
I don't see as much 24-hour dynamics, but I see a lot, as you see with events, organizations that are doing it. You're seeing events everywhere. BDSM events are everywhere in the black community now. So they've embraced it like that. When there's true dynamics, no one's going to really know about that. So it's only a few that are within certain networks that we know each other. And blacks have progressed a lot, especially black females.
Yeah.
That takes a lot for a female with black males. You know, we're raised a certain way that certain things in our mind we're just not going to do. You know, because I'm not going to do that. Ain't nobody telling me, like that. So when you have that dynamic like that, that's true. That is
because you don't see a lot of black on black dom submissive.
No, that's not marketed.
Why? But even with that, is that in the community heavier? Is it lighter than what we think because the images? Because it's showing that of course the image is showing us kind of it's becoming normal. It's cool. You feel what I'm saying? But in the real world, in the
real world, for a while, you didn't see as many black males being submissive because of our race and how we, our generation, we really weren't going for certain things. But now, as the generations now are a little bit different, it isn't that big of a thing to be in a submissive thing as a male. A lot of males now, I mean, to be honest, since we're on, smoking.
Oh yeah, we smoking line. We don't hold back shit. Go ahead, be as candid as you want, brother.
A lot of males, you can't even tell if they're a male. So,
see, now I don't feel so old. Yeah. Now I don't feel so old. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, so
I thought I was.
They don't mind someone thinking that they're in a submissive role when their appearance looks submissive anyway. So it's no big thing,
So I'm gonna ask you this: how do you feel when people talk about race play? Because I remember this Mano, this prominent rapper in New York. He was talking about that, and the internet went crazy. Oh, I can't believe that you would let a woman call you the N-word and da. Just want to hear your opinions on it.
Well, when that person is saying that and they really believe it, then it's not really entertaining. But to make $1, society has dictated that this is what's going to make money. White female, black male, black male, white female. That's what's selling right now. Yeah. So, but to be in that situation and know that this person really feels like this, I wouldn't put myself in that position.
No, I mean, it's a difference if, I'm going to ask a question. Do you think it's more of a dynamic of the guy asking for it more so than the woman?
These days, the woman, mostly white women, don't want to ask because then they'll be looked at as racist. But the minute the black says, do this for me, then they're, okay, sure, I'll do it. So now they got permission. you know. But if they go out asking,
Yeah.
they're the racist. But
Oh,
ultimately, everybody wants to make money.
yeah. I'm gonna look at you sideways. What? You just asked me what?
Yeah. But once a black acts, and they're all asking to get that money.
Yeah.
So that's just a money thing right now. But one thing I don't really agree with is the BBC Queen of Spades.
Okay.
Because for us to be called spades, if you look back in time, that's not a flattering thing. And to say you're the queen of all of us, spade slaves, that's not a flattering thing to be showing out there.
Yeah.
So I'm not fond of that term, the queen of spades. It sells, but
I
know
like
what you're
this.
saying.
I never had an issue with it. I look at it as well. I guess a form of reparations. There you go. But anyway, period. But like I said, it's things in BDSM that one will agree with, one won't. Some will like, no. It just, my whole thing of it is I just hate how it just got so judgmental. It's PC. It's just like it to me. It was more fun when it was taboo and not a lot of people knew about it.
Yeah, and these days, stop whining about something that you've given permission to. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Just say no. But don't say yes and now complain or whine. You have a choice. Ain't nobody making you do anything.
Yeah.
You don't have no problem getting paid.
So when you look, how can you tell a real submissive from the bullshitters?
Well, the submissives will come and approach you right away, so they've already messed up on protocol. If I'm in a location like that and they really think that I'm someone like that, just be proper. Sit back, shut up, look, observe, do your research. But at an event, you walk into the door, you're not going to find your dominant that night because he ain't no true dominant or she's not a true. Because we're not dealing with you like that right away. There's a whole lot more that has to be done. So when they come here, I'm a submissive. They tell you I'm a submissive. You have no clue what a submissive is. You're going based on what you think a submissive is.
Yeah.
Sit back and do some research on total research, not glamorized research. And then sit back some more.
Yeah.
It'll come. But
and see, I'm gonna tell you what they don't do. Just ask another submissive that you see is actually a true submissive. Because it's certain things you'll see. You know what I'm saying? Even when I go down Fat Life, the ones that when I see them do the, submission, you know what I'm saying? Y'all real people know what I'm talking about. Them, I need to see them palms. You be on your knees, have that head down. To daddy tell you to look up. You feel me?
Yeah.
Them the ones I'm like, oh, you for real. Now the other ones that say that shit, if I don't see that nowhere in your picture thingy, yeah, you just submissive just for some dick. You just calling it some
and that's a big
you
clue.
surrendering the pussy, that was you do. You're not surrendering anything else.
Yeah, that's an easy clue to see just, like from the beginning. Yeah. But if they don't even know about that part of it, they don't even do that. And then they're showing their body all the time. Yeah. What's that got to do with anything? But what does the body have to do? Do you feel I'm weak enough where you can make me decide based off of your body? What kind of dominant am I that I lose it all, because of your body? That's
no. It like I said, even with me, it was I had to learn what a true submissive was through trial and error. So, period. Because there's some people that's true to this, and some people that, nah, man.
Nah, they're playing the game.
Because even with white chicks, it's some of them. If it's a black dick, they lost.
Yeah.
Period. So, but it's like put it this way. I think also the other thing that was lost is the talking, because part of the things that I learned for being a dom was talking to other doms that I saw that was doing it. Like, okay, this legit. He ain't.
Yeah,
she's a footstool.
Yeah, and some of them go dom shopping. They do that.
Yeah.
And so But like I'm mentoring two guys now. I mean, it's to bring them up right.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many games out there, man. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. What's
Yeah, man.
So
But see, the thing is, like, also being in an area like New York,
mm,
I can think Vegas, you know what I'm saying, places like that where there's a community, you
mm,
know, it's hard when you're not in an area where there's a community,
yeah,
period.
especially these days. Because of social media, everybody just clings to that. So it's very hard if it's not a large community too.
And scared.
Yeah.
Add to it and scared.
Mm-hmm. You know, back in the day, we did it on phone. We
Yeah.
sent letters.
Mm.
Imagine doing that now, sending letters. You know,
People
so
don't check their mail no damn more hardly.
no, but think of the time gap in between that you didn't have contact, but
Yeah.
things had to remain the same.
Yeah.
These days, 5 minutes without a tweet or something, they've lost their mind. Everything's changed. There's something wrong. That's what everything is
Oh,
quick now. I want this now. I want the satisfaction now, today. I need it now, and
yeah,
that's taken
because
away.
even to the point where I said this before, there's no shut off. Because you remember the days where that TV shut off. That's
Yeah.
it. Go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no shut off. Your phone on. You sleep.
No,
Bling,
24
bling.
hours a day.
You know what I'm saying? The TikTok, it's to me, when something gets seen so much because of the psychology of it, of you seeing it,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna believe that that's what it is,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, to me, that's why I try to correct people on certain topics or what have you
Mm-hmm.
and everything. But to you, what's the one thing that you feel a submissive, a dom, a married couple that might want to? What's the best advice you give anybody?
Do research and take your time. This isn't an overnight thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're not rushing for anybody. Take your time and do your research.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are rushing. They're rushing too much into that. And
Mm-hmm.
look around, listen, learn, and
Mm-hmm.
you'll weed out certain people. But do your research. There's so much out there that you can learn and spot right away. Okay, that person really wasn't. They were just playing around. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and that's what I would suggest for everybody. Just don't rush about this thing. You don't have to impress anybody. Take your time.
Oh yeah, because shoot, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You got a lifetime.
Yeah,
But
just take your time.
and also don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
especially when
it's
you deal with
serious.
women, it's gonna be mistakes.
Yeah, yeah. There's so many
So
people that are getting hurt out here. I'm telling you, mentally, it's taking its toll.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
you don't want to be a part of that.
Oh no, because see, the main thing about it is that like I said, it's mental gymnastics. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
just the physical. You're breaking the person's mind. And
Mm-hmm.
that can lead to, what I'm saying, especially if the person already damaged.
Yeah, there's suicides all the time from this, and you wouldn't even realize what it's from.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they already some people really need that help. And if you're not prepared to do that or take on that responsibility, why play with this individual? Just don't do it.
Not because they think with the wrong head, that's why.
And yeah, and that's it. That's it right there.
So now I'm asking you this. Can a dominant submissive be husband and wife?
They can, but it throws certain other legalities. You got to remember, especially in impact play, BDSM is illegal still.
Yeah.
You got to be careful on what you do on that, like that. But
Mm-hmm.
they can, but there's certain dynamics that you're going to have to switch off and on depending,
Mm-hmm.
on your marriage. It would be a tougher situation being
Mm-hmm.
married than not being married.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shoot. So I done held this man up here, and you know what I got to do? I got to ask him $1 million question. So, Mr. Lorenzo,
Mm,
can I call you a smoke buddy, my man?
sure you can.
See, oh yeah. So I'm gonna bring him back on the smokers lounge for you
Mm,
smokers We're gonna really chop it up on some BDSM, dominatrix shit, life shit, because I got to chop up with OG because
Oh, definitely. People need to know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people, only fools have the answers.
Mm-hmm.
Geniuses ask the questions. You feel me?
Yeah.
So with that, and before I, you know, let him tell you where you can find him. Remember,
Yeah.
let me tell you what you can find. 2 ways to get exclusive content from the Smokers Lounge. I'm talking about the STO Porncast family. First one, from loyal fans. The Premium Smoke Room, people. That's right. That's right. 5 premium podcasts for you to enjoy. 4 sexy hostesses you're going to fall in love with. It gets more candid, gets more provocative, gets more crazy, gets more unpredictable, gets more wild. Titties do pop out. Dildos might pop out. And you get some saucy conversation in between. But you can only find out if you subscribe to the Premium Smoke Room. I also have special episodes, VIP Smoke Room, and you can see me putting that, Triple X work in the video store. The other way is for my Spotify users only. I'm talking about Savage Smoke, where I talk to the industry's top male talents and producers. We give you that real perspective about the porn industry, brother, as well as over 300 episodes ranging from limited podcast series that I did in the past to Premium Smoke podcast episodes that's not on Loyal Fans and other special episodes. So there you go. 2 ways to get wonderful content, extra content, and it ain't going to kill your pocket. Oh, by the way, the Premium Smoke Room is 55% off for the first month to the end of the year. Now I'm going to shut up and let the voice tell you where you can hear the voice and soak up some of this knowledge. Go ahead and tell them, man.
Oh, definitely. I got 2 places. You can get me on Twitter at Lorenzo 4016 and Instagram at Lorenzo G 2920. But mostly on Twitter, as you said.
Oh, yeah.
Like that, I do voice work. You can go through ASN Entertainment for some of your voice needs. I'm doing commercials, web, erotic readings. I do it all. And I, just put you to sleep one night and just talk you there.
we call you Sweet Throat.
Yeah.
Call you Sweet Throat. What was it? Black Dynamite cartoon got them Sweet Throat. Foghorn got them talk them so good. People they came and the draws dropped. Boy, that shit was funny. I love that cartoon, man.
Yeah, I love to do that.
And congratulations on hosting the ASN Awards, man. I wish I could be there. I will try to make it there next year and everything. So I want to say thank you for gracing my podcast, man. It's an honor to have you on here, man. I am totally bro.
Oh, this was great. Also, let me say, when they can go to ASN Lifestyle Magazine on Twitter, they have me featured on, this month's cover of the ASN magazine for August. And there's an article inside there. So check that out. Get a little insight like that.
See, there you go, people. So go check that out, man. See this man on the cover. Actually, go ahead and subscribe and get a mag. You feel me? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's free. They can download free and check all the good articles.
And it's nice too. It's nice. It's nice. It's nice shit. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to our sponsor though. We love you though.
Yeah.
So with that being said, people, you know how we end these things all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. Say goodbye to him, Mr. Lorenzo.
Hey, goodbye to the people, and take to heart what you've heard tonight, and keep following my man here.
Y'all take it easy, people.
All right.
And we out.